good flow. A couple third down conversions, third downs they stopped us. I missed that third down throw to Bo there right before the half. That would have been big. It at least got us 3 there, made it 14-10. And we just didn't feel like we were in any rhythm. It wasn't that we were playing terrible. We just weren't really making any plays. And then we turned it over there on the one, which I'll be interested to see. I've been told it wasn't even close. But then we just waited too long to get started. But then you could feel it. You could feel it in the place, and I know we've been on both sides of those kind of games. When teams start roaring back like that, it's like, uh-oh. You could feel them, and we were going pretty good, and I just came up short.
When you guys played the fourth quarter, you think that as, hey, this is where we play?
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to say. It's easy to say that. That's a heck of a team. This was as loud as I can remember this place. It was loud. It was loud. It was definitely. I thought we handled it. We didn't have any false starts. We had a false start first play of the game, but we didn't have any silly penalties like that. We handled it, but it was definitely a home field advantage, and we managed it and handled it. And when we hit Travis to the touchdown right after the turnover, that was when you felt pretty good. And we had a possession there with 4 minute and 30-second mark after their missed field goal. We had a possession there, and that's where I really thought this is the drive to go get a touchdown and win it. And, Roby made a heck of a play on Tyrell. And then, we went with the screen on 3rd and long and didn't get it. Punted, and our defense got it right back for us. But at that point, by the time we got down in field goal range, you just couldn't risk anything with no timeouts. I would have loved to take a shot or two at the end zone. I don't mean as in they didn't want to. I mean, it was just, we can't. You just can't. Hang on to the ball and get sacked or something, and you lose a game. And, too bad because I thought Koo drilled the first one they called timeout, and I think he drilled the second one too. At least what it looks like to me. It was right down the middle because I think get to OT and we'd have finished it off, but we didn't. We didn't get that chance.
Bill, you have a short week to turn around. You kind of one loss turned it too. So as a leader of this team, what do you tell the guys in that locker room?
Yeah, you won't. I don't think you have a problem with guys' attitude or guys moping around. Shoot, 15 teams are 0-1, 15 are 1-0, and 2 of them are didn't play. So. We got a lot of football left, and I think our fight and the way the defense stepped up when it got down to 24-7, they said no more, and we got going, and we just got going too late, and that's something we got to do to find a way to get in a rhythm sooner.
Do you think the noise affected the rhythm? It seemed like there were a lot of adjustments, and you guys were making talks a lot.
Yeah, you just walked in. I was saying that it definitely is as loud as I can remember being here. So it was definitely a factor. Now, I thought we handled it well. No pre-snap penalties and anything like that. But it was as hard to communicate as I've ever had here. And shoot, that's what makes it both so awesome and so challenging. But the definitely a home field advantage for sure.
Does that affect can that affect the rhythm?
Yeah. Well, I think it can when you're getting 3 and outs and 3 and outs and 3. When you're not getting first downs, it can because it's here we go. It's 3rd and 6. You got another chance. You better convert it, or you can go sit for a while and then go. And that was at the same. It wasn't very complimentary. Our defense was they were able to sustain some long drives on our D, and we weren't helping our D out by sustaining any ourselves, other than when we tied it up 7-7. And I had mentioned that the drive before the half, not completing that ball to Bo there that's going to run way down the boundary for a good gain, that would hurt us. It's 14-10 minimum to start the 3rd quarter. And so that's one I want back for sure.
It seemed like Gates and Hunter Henry weren't that involved tonight. Is that sort of a plan going in where they have to help out with blocking a little more than you like?
No, I mean, it's just you just never know going in the game how it's going to come up. I couldn't have predicted that it would have been the case where Hunter, I don't know, he didn't have a catch, I don't think. Did he have one? And so I wouldn't have predicted that, but that's the way it came up. All of a sudden, Travis is having a big play touchdown. Keenan obviously got some balls. Gates got some late. It's just kind of the way it came up. I mean, balls to running backs. If I also wouldn't have told you, I thought Eckler was going to catch a pass in the game. He hits 2 passes. So you just don't know. You never know how the game's going to come up. They were definitely different. It's a different defense than they've had here, scheme-wise. They're definitely more Miami than they've been. Being Vance coming from Miami, they played more of their stuff than they have ever played here, changing it up. we knew we expected that, so we had all the stuff up for that. But we just they out executed us. It's the NFL.
What do you think about Coach Lynn's debut, especially coaching opposite Coach Joseph?
Yeah, well, I mean, I thought we were putting plenty good enough position to win. We got to play better earlier as an offense, and then find a way to get it done. But I thought you saw how nobody panicked. That usually filters down from the head coach. When it was 24-7, nobody panicked. You look up and it's 24-21, and we're lining up to kick a 44-yard field goal to tie it up, which I think probably, including all of you, y'all were surprised, as the whole building was. But that sideline wasn't, and that starts with Coach Lynn. No, I don't think so. I mean, I just some of the close losses last season, we were terrible. I mean, it was just kind of just bad football. Some of those close losses. We're there, and then it's just some critical error. Critical error. I mean, obviously, you never like to get a field goal blocked, but there were other plays in this game. I'm not putting it on that field goal, but it wasn't just gosh, they just went out and played terrible. We fought, we battled. Sure was a heck of a game to watch. Those that weren't asleep, it was or didn't turn it off when it was 24-7. But it was we scrapped and clawed. We've always done that since 2004 and 5 and 6 and all the way back. And we'll always, if I can help contribute to that, we'll always have that as a characteristic.
So we're live back in LA. I apologize if you addressed this already. When Coach came in here to talk about how much it hurts, does it hurt more about the mistakes earlier in the game, third quarter? Does it hurt more the way that last kick was?
Well, I think it's both and. I mean, it's both and. When anytime you got a chance to tie the game up and send it to overtime, when you're down 24-7 in the fourth quarter, it hurts because you fight and claw and you get right there and you want to get a chance to get an OT and you don't. But then when the dust settles, you go, well, if we'd have just taken care of this and this and this and this early in the game, done a little better offensively, if I'd have made a few more throws, then we wouldn't have been kicking a game-winning field goal. We'd have been taking a knee, maybe. So, but that's what they're saying in their locker room too. Hey guys, it should have never got to that. It should have been 38-7. So it's a game, and it's easy to say what we should have done. But I always remind everyone that there's an opponent over there.
Do you feel like you guys handled the 2-minute drill as efficiently as you could?
Yeah, with no timeouts, we got in that fourth down situation. But with no timeouts, you got to. You got to be careful. And so once we got into field goal range, we had to make sure we didn't ruin it. Because there wasn't quite enough time. If it had been 55 seconds, then you say, let's go win. Let's just go win it. We can hit a ball in the middle. We can do whatever and have time. But when it got down to that 17-second mark or wherever it got down 14 at one point, I had to throw one away. And then at 8 seconds, that was the plan. It was like, hey, let's just throw one more away to get it down to where we don't have to kick off. And let's do it again. And then let's kick it. So it was just the risk reward is no good when you get down that low of trying to heave one up in the end zone and something terrible happened. And so I thought we did all right considering no timeouts and considering down 3. Obviously, we're in a little different mindset if we're down where we need a touchdown.
I know there's no moral victories, but you know better than anyone. This is one of the toughest places to win. They're 17-1 in week 1. What do you take out of this to build on?
Well, I think just our toughness and fight. I think that's something that we've had, but this is a new team and a new season, and I think at least we can say, hey, we still have that trait. And it doesn't count for anything right now, but over these next 15 games, to give us a chance to get in a tournament, it counts for something. It'll be a factor when we get in these games like this again. And Denver's a heck of a team, so you got to give them credit. For reasons why we stumbled early and why we didn't execute as well. You got to give them credit. I mean, you're talking about one of the top defenses in the league over the last 3-4 years. So it's the same team, same group over there for the most part. So this one hurts, but shoot, we got a long way to go.